Welcome, everyone. This webinar is part of Robotics and Flying Labs Network webinar series. Thank you for joining, and again, sorry about the technical issues. Feel free to reach out to us on Twitter, Facebook, or Google Group if you have any follow-up questions about this webinar, our work, or if you want to share your work with us. All right, that was the last one. My name is Claudina, and I'm Drone and Data Systems Specialist here at Robotics. Today, we'll be featuring Maria from Chile Flying Labs, Jamal from Morocco Flying Labs, and Siam from Senegal Flying Labs, who will present their amazing work and projects. Before I hand the microphone over to our main speakers, I would like to give you a quick introduction about Robotics. Nowadays, given the spiking challenges that are rising from new technologies, the real question we face is whether we will end up creating a future with shared prosperity or increased concentration of wealth for few only. Technology itself is not going to create shared prosperity. At Robotics, we believe that the people will decide through inclusive and democratic fourth industrial revolution. Our number one priority is the local. We believe in the power of local. This means that we invest in local experts, local engineers, and local leaders to ensure that social challenges are solved efficiently and sustainably by those who are actually best placed to address these challenges. They have the skills and technologies to do a lot more and a lot faster. We do this by globally co-creating the Flying Labs network. Flying Labs are local knowledge hubs run entirely by local experts who train, equip, and support as needed. We have built the core infrastructure to enable these Flying Labs to become self-sustaining. Currently, we have Flying Labs in over 25 countries. Flying Labs also train each other to create ecosystems that connect key actors in government, industry, and other sectors. And we have built this global network in just over 2 years. All of this driven by massive local demand. We want to continue supporting our local partners and this demand for more inclusive, equal opportunities and local leadership. We also want to invest in hundreds of local leaders across hundreds of local Flying Labs, engaging thousands of projects and improving the lives of millions of people. Okay. So the first speaker is Maria from Chile Flying Labs.
Hello to everyone. I'm going to present what is Chile Flying Labs doing during this year and what we have done last year. So first of all, the team leaders of the Flying Labs in Chile is Fabiola Barrenechea and me, Maria Inés. We are volunteers working in Chile Flying Labs. We are professors at the University Bernardo Higgins, where Chile Flying Labs is where Chile Flying Labs belongs. We have a web page and we have also a Facebook, as you can see here in the slide. So our main focus during last year was to work in the use of drones in order to collect data to understand the climate changes that is affecting the world and especially our country. So in that regard, we did 2 field tests. We traveled to Laguna Aculeo and we traveled to Valparaiso as study cases of how climate change can affect them. So Laguna Aculeo is a very interesting study case. It used to be a very beautiful lagoon. Now it's totally dry. And this phenomenon happened in 10 years. So we were there with several volunteers. This is also a work that was carried out with the cooperation of the University of Richmond in the United States and also with the participation of some students from Denmark. So this is how the Aculeo Lagoon used to be before. Now you can see in these pictures how it looks like now, and totally dry, no water. Also, some animals are dying, and this is the team that was collecting the data in that place. Some of the experience that we had studying this lagoon were published in our Facebook. So here's the experience of David from the United States and also Nancy from Colombia. And we shared some of this data with other academics from the university and also another officers from the government, showing the water crisis that we are living now and how this affected what happened with the lagoon. After that, we did another field test going to Valparaiso. This is another interesting study case because it's a city that suffered of one of the greatest fires during 2014. And once again, last year in 2019, these fires are occurring more often because of the climate changes. So we would like to study how you reestablish the life over there after this fire. So you can see some pictures here, how the fire of 2014 was, how it looked like after immediately the fire was stopped. And here's another one that happened in 2019. And here's the team, the volunteers, people from the United States and also from Colombia that were collecting the data with us to understand what happened in that zone. Also, some of these results were published in our Facebook. A publication of this work is going to be published in a magazine that is dedicated to climate change research. And also, as a consequence of this work, Sophie Terp, a student from Denmark, participated collecting some data, and part of this data are present in her master thesis project. So this is the thesis is already published at the university. So you can see here that she did it with the participation of Chile Flying Labs, and also Drones are our key partner in this. So some of this data that we collected in the Café Científico were showed in the Café Científico. So we invited several professors of other universities, some people that work in the government too were invited. So here are some pictures of the people that participated in that activity. Some students, some professors of Colombia, for example, were also participating here. And also that week, we celebrated the Drone Day with the volunteers of Chile Flying Labs, as you can see here. And here are some pictures of how the data analysis of the visits to Aculeo and Valparaiso were carried out with some students of the university, the volunteers of Chile Flying Labs, and also people from the United States. So we share some of this data also in an academic activity. And finally, what we're doing during this year, 2020, we have current activities, and also we have some future activities. And to the current activities, we and some volunteers of Chile Flying Labs are participating in research. So we would like to understand if there are several climate variables that could affect increasing or reducing the cases of coronavirus in our country. So it's a kind of a spatial map analysis. We want also a project that is called IPGA-HOAS, that will allow us to strengthen the research links between Costa Rica and the United States and Chile. For that reason, we must travel to the United States this year, but it's something that we don't know. Maybe it's going to be pending until the pandemic thing is over or more controlled. And also, we would like to travel to the United States, to Richmond University, where the people from the United States that helped us in the data collection of that last year and but it's something that also depends on the pandemic situation. With the sponsor of Flying Labs, we did a publication. So, and this is the title in Spanish, Atlas of Amenazas and Desastres en Chile. So it's like threats and disasters in Chile. And we are also creating a professional course for the university using the drones in a better way, in a more professional way, to collect proper data to make serious research using drones. And for future activities, our main goal is to obtain funds. We are applying to some funds from the Inter-American Bank. This is more in COVID-19 focus, trying to create a wave for the infected people, and we would like to participate also in a telemedicine project. And that's all that we have to share for the moment with you. I hope that you liked it and enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Good morning, all. Welcome to Morocco Flying Lab. This lab is the result of collaboration between university and the enterprise. It is created in the end of 2018, November 2018, and located at Mohammed I University, Wisdom, Morocco. My name is Jamal Baris. I am the lead coordinator of the Flying Lab. I am assistant professor at Mohammed I University, National Schools of Applied Science with I am member of Team Research IRS, specialized in artificial intelligence and robotics. Our specialty is inside the Flying Lab is how you can use artificial intelligence. This is our specialty, applied in robotics. First time we are using a rover to implement some algorithm and resolve some problem in artificial intelligence. And after contacting by the enterprise, Atlas Space, this is a startup enterprise, we are moved to use artificial intelligence in drones. So this is our aim, object, and our context of work. Our principal project is called Skynet. This project is in collaboration with Atlas Space, startup in Morocco. Our object is how to make drones networks smarter and clearly animate in using artificial intelligence without intervention of pilot. Our object in this project is how to perform very large area surveillance. So we need to move to pilot our drones in very, very large and take mission in this area. And sure, in emerging markets, this solution that proposed by Atlas Space wants to be low cost as possible. So in this context, our mission is to improve the existing solution and resolve engineering problem that evoked by Atlas Space with using scientists and academic research method. How does work? Generally, we have all drones is assembled locally here, and we have embedded IoT that we put in our drones with Atlan Core. This is the artificial intelligence part. All mission that we're doing by drones as saved in Atlan Cloud, a big server that contain all data. That data will be analyzed. So our Skynet is here to resolve our problem, that to analyze first the data, and second, how can detect object. This project is awarded in an international meeting this year, and all by our minister and Minister of Industry. This is the big award that we have this year. Okay. We have some training that we have doing and participated generally about artificial intelligence, about robotics, especially the last call of paper that we organized an international workshop of robotic and artificial intelligence. And we have invited Mr. Zawi Mohammed, this professor at École de France. We have organized other meeting with Mazo, the president of Foundation of Artificial Intelligence in France. We have two participated as talkers, presented the Flying Lab, presented the Skynet, presented how we can our drones and artificial intelligence can be beneficial for all. This is our last presentation with Yves Demazo and the Flying Lab team. We have invited as speakers at the Carlos III University to present artificial intelligence, what we are doing in a Flying Lab. This is very nice that when we have meeting, we have started the discussion to create a SPAN Flying Lab. We have some training that we are doing inside our lab, like this, for how this is presentation about deep learning or how we can use deep learning. And sure, all team we have some training for our PhD students that work with us in this context. One of the most interesting of our project is of Skynet project is the FICAR project. This project is priced by National Geographic Society for Atlant Space. This is the Atlant Space project. And this project is deployed in Seychelles, and the aim of this project is how we can detect illegal boat fishing using artificial intelligence. For that, the Atlant Space has we have together to resolve some problems like how we can survey all area. This is the first article that we have publishing in method for surveillance planning. How we can planify mission to can survey all area and doing that with the minimum of energy. The second work is to create a method for detection process. So we have creating sample method to how we can detect if this is bot or not bot. And this detection is used by drones, not at cloud. So the artificial intelligence embedded inside the drones can detect if the bot is in legal fishing or not. And this is our participation that we have doing this year. Sure, we have some work that we have planning to do this year. To continue our work in key ground control, we are actually modifying key ground control for to add new models and to add new function in relationship with our work. We try to use GPS, integrated GPS, and sure, the most important is how to create a simulator and for our object. So this is all. Be safe. Thank you for watching and stay at home. Thank you very much.
Hi, good morning. My name is Raji Tamiu, and I'm the director of Senegal Flying Labs. as well as the founder of a local enterprise called Grant. As you can see from the screen, I'm pretty privileged. I have over 20 years of work experience in international development, working with most funding agencies across the globe, but particularly in Africa. I'm a computer science degree holder, and as well as a business information strategy master holder. Of course, I'm a born pilot and a certified.
Can you see the slides, or no one can?
Work on as well. That's about me. All right. Yeah, so just about Senegal Flying Labs. It's a center. It's a local center. We actually provide knowledge, support, education in collaboration with our partners, mostly local partners and as well as international partners. Namely Robotics and other international partners in the UAV industry. That is much more about Senegal Flying Lab. Quickly, I would like to share with you some few things that we thought could be part of our goals towards our visions to achieve what we want to achieve in Senegal. We have mainly three big, goals, if I may put it so. The first one is the developing local capacity, and it's very important for us because without building a local capacity, we wouldn't be able to support most of the initiatives. We wouldn't be able to advocate for the use of the technology, robotics technology, and AI, as well as data on the continent. So in Senegal, we have really pushed our goals to really, build local capacity by training youths, professionals in the use of the hardware and the software when we talk about UAV platforms, and that is very important for us. The second goal we have on our agenda is really to increase impact. Increase impact, in our opinion, means try as much as we can together with partners to develop, initiate pilot projects. Why? Because at the point in time, people still don't really know much about the technology. Most people really doubt the capacity and the limits as well of this technology called drones. So we, in our opinion, do initiate some pilot projects, use cases projects to showcase what the drones are about, what we can use them for, and how they are being used, as well as trying as much as we can to show where the limits of these technologies are and what we can combine this technology with to be able to achieve some of the objectives we set for ourselves and government set for themselves. And the major third goals that we set for ourselves is to really create, opportunities for business, create an ecosystem and environment where people can really, out of this knowledge and learn from us, out of this pilot projects we do, to be able to kind of create services out of the drones, use drones as a service, facilitate, opportunities. So we help others to do that, as well as us trying to propose some services, some rental equipment kind of thing to be able to raise awareness and also raise our economy locally. And then we do that by supporting other local enterprises. We have some few projects and goals that we thought could actually derive from those big goals. And for us is, of course, target youth and professionals in the region, in Senegal, but in the region as well. We also plan some pilot projects in specific sectors that we thought could be, we could start with: agri sector, conservation, urban planning, and environment. And we also initiate some use case projects where we believe that we can show the advantages and the limitations of drones. We do that by working with local actors, local agencies, government agencies in Senegal and in the region. And most of us, we actually do much more into not only using the drone, because basically the drone really doesn't play a bigger role than anything else like any tools, but we also build capacity in data analysis and AI. Just to share with you few use cases, projects that we work on. We select one in this particular case. Is the work that we actually been doing in conservation and ecology with the Ministry of Environment and Sustainable Development in Senegal. We actually initiated a project where we not only want to test the use of drones into ecology and conservation, but also build their capacity so that they can be sustainable. They will be able to run some of these projects or do some of these things on their own. So as part of the exercise, we decided first of all to organize a first activity of knowledge sharing, of capacity building, to show them what this technology is about and what they can do. And as part of that exercise, we also needed to collect data, analyze data, and then interpret the data that we analyze, so that if we check whether it is meaningful, it has any sense to those of them who are in this environment. And interestingly enough, we were able to discover that some good things came out of the exercise we did with them, because we were able to try various platforms of drone that we had on our disposal. We have the opportunity to try two different types of Phantom. One Phantom is standard Phantom. We also try the Phantom 4 Pro version 2, and also try the smaller version of Parrot, which is the Anafi. All this exercise will allow us to be able to fly at different altitudes and see how these birds behave, see how these animals behave, and reducing the altitude, approaching them from a distance to be able to analyze and see what are the behavior. Because at the end of the day, the objective, of course, is to be able to help these professionals in the ecology and conservation sector to integrate drone into their work. But we don't also want to create distraction to these animals, these birds, who are in their normal environment, where we want to, bring this technology. So we needed to re-evaluate our approach, use various results that we've seen online. We did many research were done. We were able to try different approaches, and in our opinion, so far we are in good, process. We are in an approach where we can learn a lot of things, be able to apply into this sector, and that is very important for us. And then we are proud to be part of this and supporting the local actors into this use of technology. Just few projects that we have initiated in Senegal, and we thought could be of great use, and then be able to showcase the technology in the country where we are based in. And one of them is the one that I just explained with the Ministry of Environment. The second one is also, the mapping of, areas where we want to showcase some differences. One of the projects, which is the number 2, you can see there, is a salty land. It's a salty land mapping. The project that we have initiated, that we are currently working on, and then we hope to share the results in the near future. We also started as part of our initiative to link with other academic systems, universities in the country. So the Institute of Science of Health is partnered with us. So we really are trying to see how the drones would be useful in the geoscience in Senegal. One of the other projects we also initiated was to do the urban mapping as well in Senegal, and then we hope to be able to come up with results and then share them with everyone in the near future. Currently, ongoing project. We thought it's very important to bring this, to share this with you. As I said, the first one is the Ministry of Environment and Sustainable Development. The second one is the Salty Land project that we will be doing, the mapping project. And the third one is the one we're going to do in the geoscience, using tools in analyzing the earth and see how we can introduce this technology in the sector. Some few projects that we have really finalized that we are proud of, and then we share the results. We have technical sheets on those projects, 4 projects. One we done in the agri to really help a farmer who has a farm of 9 acres on, first of all, having his limits and the limitation of the land, also using the data to be able to understand how the soil and the environment looks like. It helps the farmer to also reorganize his farm and reposition his strategy of cropping, and then this was very useful for the farmer at the long run. The other project was to help the Ministry of Urban Planning to kind of like map the famous Gore Island. That island is famous, it's well known. If you can type that on Google that and see. We were proud to be part of this exercise together with the Department of University, the Geographic Department at the university, to be able to map kind of like the 18 plus acres of lands of that island, which for us was very useful because it helped the ministry and the university to kind of like initiate now a much more detailed project that they will be working on. Another project we really finished, I would say, is the one that we did with the Ministry of Environment, but that was a very quick project to map some salt well in the mangrove in Palmarin. Was very successful. We projected and then shared the results with the ministry. Of course, we have validated with the department at the university, the Institutes of Health Science, to be able to validate the use of drones in the ecology, in the geoscience, and that is very important for us. As part of our activities, as I said, as a bigger role, we really enforce the capacity building activities, and one of the things that we did that we're really proud of, and then we have contributed into being able to contribute is the international certification, because as part of our role in the region, we're not only supporting government institutions, but we're also supporting the youth, supporting professionals into getting certified. And we did a training in December 2019 where we actually had 5 candidates from various countries, Benin, Cameroon, Nigeria, where they came to Senegal to be trained by us, to be certified, the UK, CAA certification by local instructor, which was the first in our region, the first on the continent, and then we are proud to be part of this. But we need to keep in mind that this initiative was actually done with our partners, with Robotics, to push for a local UK-based, training center to be partnering with the Flying Labs to share their knowledge, share the content of their course, so that we can be able to display the same content on the continent. Although this certification, after the training, is delivered by the UK folks, so our colleagues in the UK are the ones who really monitor the exams and training and the content, and make sure that we send them videos, recording of what is being done for certification to be done, and the exams are online on their platform, and then we are really, really, really proud to be doing this as well. Quick points on our objectives for 2021 from now is huge. We know you might probably be surprised of what you've seen on the screen. But yes, these are things that we thought we will be able to do. Really building capacity is one of the core activities we really want to do. That helps to, create opportunities, create jobs, and raise the economy for the youth of the continent. Of course, the local projects that we really thought we should continue doing by leading the initiatives and initiating a local projects with our partners is key to us. And of course, the last but not the least is creating opportunities, helping other entrepreneurs who want to get into drone business to come to us, to come learn from us, and build their own, business out of what they learn from us. And of course, we also have as part of our goals for up to 2020, year 21, sorry, to be able to continue raising funds on doing part of our activities, creating opportunities, raising funds, and then be able to be sustainable at the long run. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. And do you have any questions? You can unmute your microphone now. I hope you can see the slides. If you have any questions, please unmute your microphone and ask. We have our speakers who joined us, so they will be able to answer.
Okay, thank you. Please, I wanted to know, talking about Senegal Flying Lab, you spoke about teaching the drone technology, so through training. So you are teaching you are training, you are offering training. So I wanted to know, how do you actually offer those training? Are you training them to pilot a drone or to program or something like that? Thank you.
We actually have various models of training that we deploy depending on the needs and depending on the profile of the candidates or the participants who want to join our training. As part of the training we regularly do, we actually train people on understanding the drone technology as a full package and manipulate, collect data with drone, analyze the data that are collected. So let me give you a simple scenario. As a participant who join our training, depending on the module the person chooses, will definitely go to a theory part of the training and also the practical sessions of the training. And the theory part happens most of the time in our offices, and the practical sessions happens in the field where we actually go out to the field. We have a 9 acres land somewhere where we go there and train people on how to manipulate and pilot the drone. Then as part of the training as well, we train them how to collect data with drone depending on the training model, because for instance, the training on agri, we teach them how to use P4D, how to use drone deploy, all those applications to be able to run field mission, collect the data. We come back into the room, then we train them on how to use P4D mapper to analyze, to interpret the data and produce results. I hope this answers your question.
Thank you. My question is fully answered. So you said that what's your job? You said that you were depending on the profile. So that's it.
Yeah, just to elaborate a little bit more, what we do is when you call us to come to join us for training, to participate in our training, we want to ask you a bunch of questions. What is your profile? What is your background? Why do you want to do the training? What are your objectives after the training? Based on that, we recommend a specific model to you, or we tell you we don't do that training because we don't do all training as well. So we can, based on the questionnaires and the answer we get, we can tell you, okay, based on what you want to do, you want to be in photography, or you want to be in the GIS, or you want to be a professional in this, then we can recommend a particular module of our training to you if that module exists in our package. If it does not exist, we gently tell you that we don't provide such training, and then we say sorry. But if it exists, then you join. you're going to get a package of what you come from.
Right. Thank you very much.
Are there any other questions?
Do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So I saw the presentation of Senegal Flying Labs, and I've seen them have done a lot of things. And I would like to know how our main concern is about the funds, because we have a lot of different ideas to do here in our country, and I see you have done a lot of similar things that we would like to do, but sometimes we're concerned about the funds. How do you get the funds? Are there international funds in your government, or how do you are a self-sustainable flying labs now? I think we need a little help about money. I don't know what you can say about that.
All right, thank you very much for the question. First of all, you need to keep in mind that we are a regional flying lab, okay? And as such, we have funding support from Robotics to be able to run the activities we're running. So we have part of the funding from Robotics to support our work on the ground, our advocacy work that we do with the government officials, the regional entities and bodies in West Africa. We also, the funding also help us to support other flying labs in our region. So if any flying lab need a training or need support, technical support or assistance that we are able to provide, we do that. If a flying lab in our region needs support to purchase an equipment or decide on what technology to choose, based on the experience we have, we continue providing support to the flying labs in our region. But at the same time, we develop local projects that we get funding for, and we get support from locally from our government. But the work, I think, if you permit me to suggest a strategy that we use here that so far has been working, is to really develop an advocacy strategy to be able to, you know, get to various forum to speak to government officials, to speak to development organizations, and speak to funding agencies. What we do regularly is to book an appointment. It takes a lot of time. It takes an administrative process to write a letter, ask for authorization to come to their office, to go and present to them what we are doing and how we are doing it, and what we think we could do together. Okay, so we do that from the university, we go to the government agencies, we go to funding agencies. Right now we're actually trying to go to the World Bank office in Senegal to go and present to them what we are doing. I think most of the time, what we need is a platform to be able to explain what we are doing and why we are doing that and the objectives that we want to achieve by doing what we are doing. And most of the time when we do that, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and it's part of the game. So we continue doing that constantly until we meet somebody or an organization who wants to listen to us and hear us and support what we are doing. So far that's how it has been working. I don't know whether that answers your question.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
All right, so thank you very much, everyone, for joining, and especially thank you, many thanks to our speakers, Tia, Maria, and Jamal, today for preparing these presentations. We'll share the recording on our Robotics YouTube channel soon, so make sure to keep an eye on that. Thanks again, stay safe, and see you in the future. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Kaya, for hosting the webinar.